Oh, that was a tasty one. Welcome to Thoughts Off the Stem. I'm Justin. And today's podcast, what did we smoke today? Let's see. In the bowl, well, it's a mix of stuff this time. It's a little bit of keef. This bowl is fueled by keef this week, I guess. So it's a mix of, let me think. What have I been smoking on recently? It's a mix of Blue Dream, Jamaican Sativa. That's the name that was on the thing. I don't know if that's actually a strain. Because that one was gifted. What else was there? There's a little bit of OG Kush in there. A little sour diesel. Yeah, it's a mix of some pretty solid weed. So I'll tell you right now, that first hit was nice and flavory. And I got a little spark. So I don't know what's going to happen this episode. I don't know how this is going to go. But in 5 minutes from now, I could either be rambling on quickly or falling off a cliff, I guess. But yeah, I figured I would clean out my grinder and try to smoke a little bit of that. It's a nice sunny day. I'm already pretty baked. So I've got my sunglasses on because I need that buffer from my eyes to you or to the people that I meet in the day. Do you ever get that? Do you ever get high and then you have to have sunglasses or something on to sort of give you like, so people can't see your eyes? I mean, you can still see mine through my sunglasses because they're like just wireframe ones and the sun comes out through the back and then you can see. But the point, I get caught staring at bums pretty regularly because of that. But yeah, do you ever get that? You get high, you have to wear sunglasses? I do that quite frequently, especially when it's sunny out. Not because it's too bright, but because I don't want people staring me in the eye. So I guess you could say this stuff's got me a little bit amped up because a minute ago, right before I smoked that bowl, I was not so sure that I was going to have the energy to do this as much as I am, I guess I could say. So I'm pretty happy about how this is turning out. It's a nice smoke, tasted good. I mean, it's keef, so it's got, nice piney flavor. It was all of the flavors. So I got a little hint of OG Kush, a little hint of, pine, citrus, a little berry, and a nice solid smoke. And it wasn't even that big a bowl because I wasn't sure how it was going to react. And since it's, keef and a little bit of weed mixed in, I didn't want to get too black out before I did this. So I figured I'd take a little bowl for the beginning of this one and see what happens. You know what I wish I liked more, since I'm always talking about the bong? I mean, I like the bong, like I've said, because it's a quick hit and you're there right away. But I wish I liked pipes more. I've tried pipes a lot of different pipes. I've tried metal pipes, don't like them. There's something about the taste of the metal when you burn it. It's too harsh. I guess the metal heats up and then it's too harsh a pull. Not so good. Glass pipes are all right. They're okay. I've tried wood pipes. I'm talking weed pipes, right? I've tried a bunch of those. And then I thought, why don't I try one of those big, old-timey Scottish pipes? Like a king or a whatever, I don't know, like Sherlock Holmes. That's what I'm talking about, like Sherlock Holmes. So I bought one of those for like $100. It was a nice one. It was like walnut. It was really sweet. You know what? Still tasted like shit. I can't find, much like blunt wraps, I can't find a pipe that I really enjoy. I had a bubbler pipe that was nice, but I mean, essentially that's the same as a bong and you don't get as big a hit. So, I don't know. But I did enjoy that bubbler. It was a pain in the ass to clean, though. What do you guys think? Do you guys like pipes? I've seen some of these new ones that look like... I haven't tried a ceramic pipe. I imagine that would be good. But I've seen these ones that look like they're almost rubber. Maybe are those ceramic ones too? I don't know. But they look like a heavy-duty rubber. I haven't touched them. I've only seen pictures on Instagram. But those look pretty awesome. I bet you those aren't too bad. I'm sure they're not actually a rubber. But yeah, I really wish that I liked pipes more. I can't get into them. It's, I don't know if you get this too, but like if I smoke a joint, right? Near the end of the joint, obviously because like all the resin and everything sort of bleeds down to the mouthpiece, the filter. By the end of a joint, you start to get that. Like I find I cough more, my throat gets irritated more, that kind of thing. And it's probably because of, there's more oxygen as it burns through, and it's probably a little bit looser near the near the filter sometimes and whatnot. But I always find that smoke to be super harsh, even if the weed is delicious in the beginning. The ass end of it, the roach end of it, always seems to get at me and have me hacking. And I find that that's the same with like a pipe, any kind of pipe. I take a couple hits off it, and one, I'm never high enough. Two, I know there's supposed to be a quick hit, but like, why not buy the pen? Because you could do a vape pen, take a couple hits off that, and like, it's the same as doing, a quick hit bowl, and you're way more in the zone, I guess you could say. So, like, the second thing about the pipe is that it tastes like shit right away. It absolutely tastes like shit. I mean, I think so. If you could put an ice cube in a pipe, that'd be awesome. But how often do you have a pipe on the go and an ice cube in your other pocket? Like never, right? Unless you're, I guess, going on a picnic and then maybe you have a little bit of ice in the cooler you could stick in there. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not a big pipe fan, but I would like to try them because I have a fascination with those giant Gandalf style glass pipes that like roll down almost to like your ankles, those big ones. I like those just because they're neat. That's the only reason that I like them. What do you think? What do you like to smoke? Do you smoke joints? Do you smoke what do you smoke? Do you do dabs? I don't think I've ever done a dab. I've done a dab. No, that's not true. I have done a dab. A couple years ago. I had a friend of mine that was, maybe or maybe not making some or something. What I'm saying is that we had some. So he was like, here, try these out. So I tried one. Man, you get retarded off those. Like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody, but I'm saying, like, I do not think right after I smoke one of those dabs. And I don't know if, it's not something that I could continue to do because poppers are just like that. And I don't know if you've ever smoked a popper, but essentially a popper is like the crack of weed, because when you first do it, you take a very small amount and you're high as balls for hours on end. Like, as soon as you're done taking a hit of a popper, if the first few times you do it, you have a really good chance of greening out immediately. Like, there's no ease in on that. That's the crack of weed. And then over time, what ends up happening is you get used to it, get used to the quick hit, and instead of it being, economical and having a nice big bag of weed that you don't go, or a nice little bag of weed that you don't go through very quickly, you end up plowing through it in a couple hours. Because after, like, let's say 6 months to a year of doing poppers on the regular, because you will do poppers on the regular for sure once you start them, because they're the crack of weed. And then once you're used to getting high, it slowly depletes. First you get high really fast, really high for a really long period of time. Then over time you get, not less high, you still get high, but you adapt to it. So then your tolerance and resistance is built up to the point where you're doing a popper every 15 minutes just to stay high all day. Whereas in the beginning, it was kind of the equivalent of smoking an entire joint in about 10 seconds. Anyway, we'll talk more about poppers and why you should or should not do them ever. But essentially, that was when I jumped off from pipes and joints and stuff, I jumped off to poppers. And that was a bad move because I was looking for something that was tastier, and I didn't like just taking the straight smoke in a pipe. I don't know. Maybe I don't puff it right. Maybe the problem is I like bongs too much, that I like to be able to fill it and then take a big pull and take one big solid shot in one shot, you know? Plus, I also don't find that pipes, no matter if they're clean, if they're used, whatever, they don't, like, they just don't have any flavor. It doesn't matter how flavorful the weed is. You just don't taste it. You just taste smoke. And at least at a bong, you could taste the hit. You can taste the flavors until you've, burnt the first couple pulls off it. And the joint, you taste it all the way till the ass end of that thing. But for whatever reason, in a pipe, I don't know. Maybe I just haven't had good weed in a pipe too, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I have. But you don't taste the flavors. You don't taste you don't get the weed sommelier effect. You don't get to enjoy the whole thing, figure out the citrus notes, the different things setting off all your taste buds and stuff. I don't know. I really like that. I enjoy that. And that's what I really liked about the pen. So if anybody knows of like a line of pipes that are really good, that help you avoid having that end of joint taste off the first hit, let me know, because I'll definitely check them out. And like I said, I don't promote I may promote things by saying what I like and stuff, but I'm not getting paid to promote these things. I'm just telling you about them because why not? Sharing is caring, baby. And you got to try different stuff out. You got to see what works for other people and see how it's going to go for you. It's been hard for me to find a pipe, and I've tried a variety of different pipes. Maybe the problem was that I tried these pipes when I was, in university. I was younger. I didn't have a lot of experience. I was just trying different shit to try different shit and see how high I could get versus like the actual endeavor of smoking and enjoying the culture of it, I guess. The sitting around, the camaraderie, stuff like that. I guess that was sort of lost on me. It was more of what device is going to get me as fucked up as possible in the shortest amount of time with the easiest use, and also what's going to look cool when I use it. So I went through, like I said, a big variety of these pipes, trying out a bunch of stuff, and I still haven't found one that I really, really liked. The bubbler was the closest, but again, the bubbler is basically just like a portable bong, and it's still not enough of a hit anyway. I don't think. I don't know, maybe you guys love pipes. I don't have a problem with pipes. I'm just saying, I haven't found one I liked. So if you know of one, let me know. And how do you let me know, you ask? Easy. Check me out on Instagram at thoughts_off_the_stem. And same thing on Twitter. Not at. At is under my name because I'm dumb and was high when I put it together. So just search Twitter for thoughts off the stem, and you'll find me there. Follow along too, Let me know what's going on. I want to know if you guys like this. I have no idea. Some people seem to be listening, so I'm assuming somebody's liking it, and thank you for that. Yeah, I really appreciate it. So hopefully we could keep this thing going. Hopefully we get more people in on the sesh so that we could do this. I like the idea of sitting down, like I'm alone, obviously. I'm having a bowl, and I'm talking into the void, right? And I like the idea that other people can sit down when they're alone, and maybe they don't have somebody to sesh with. Maybe the people they hang out with don't like weed or whatever, or you're a closet smoker. Then you can sit down with thoughts off the stem, listen to this, and I don't care if you talk over me. We can have a dialogue. We may even go along the same lines of thought. Who knows? Maybe you get mad at me. I don't know. But the point is, you can sit down, have a session. You always have somebody to have a session with. Yeah, I think that's the concept of this whole thing, and I think I like it. I don't know. I'd like to find some more podcasts that do that too. So let me know. Again, find me on Instagram and Twitter. Thoughts off the stem. Yeah. Follow along on there, and you get some updates when episodes come out, even though you already know they come out every Friday. I'm telling you, this weed is actually pretty good. This mix was a good idea. I am scattered the fuck all over the place. But I gotta say, I'm having a pretty damn good day. I hope you're having a good day too, man. Sun's shining over here. It's a little cold. I'm still wearing shorts because I'm in Canada and I'm on the East Coast. Not right on the East Coast. I'm just outside of Toronto. And so it's a little chilly, but I'm not giving in to pants yet. I'm wearing shorts as long as I can, even though I have the sweater on, and normally I'm wearing a jacket at night. I'm just saying, I can't do it. It's too sunny out, too nice out to put on pants. So I refuse. I'm not doing it. You know, it would be really cool to learn how to make a pipe. Like blow glass, I guess. I want to learn how to blow some glass. So I can make a wicked bong with thoughts off the stem on it. Oh, that's what I should do. I don't know how to do that. But that would be great. I'd buy that bong. Although, I'm biased. But yeah, I would really enjoy, I've got a bong smoke. I smoke papers occasionally. I've got my little vaporizer. I've got my vape pen as well. I'd like some more utensils to smoke with. So I think I'm going to start looking for a nice little pipe to find. But again, that's going to be a long road of discovery, man, because I'm not sure where to start. I know I'm not going metal. Maybe I should try wood again. Yeah, I think I'll try wood again. We'll see what happens with that. All right, well, it seems like I'm winding down a bit here. So what I'm going to do is let's do this. Before this session ends, let's all smoke one more together. My bowl is still all keefed up. Let's do this. Here we go. Light the lighter. Fire the bowl. Hold it in. Let it out. Do you feel like you're in a yoga class? Maybe meditation. I don't at all. But I just realized when that came out that way, it sounded like that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it tapered off at the end there a little bit. I got a little distracted and interrupted by somebody walking by telling me that I had a nice car and calling me Bud. It threw me off. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you guys had a great week. And thanks for joining me, Justin, at Thoughts Off the Stem. Again, you can catch me on Instagram at thoughts_off_the_stem. Same on Twitter. Just search it up. You'll find it. Follow along. You get updates, some awesome content, some pictures. Sometimes I go out on Twitter and say some silly stuff to people, and they seem to start a dialogue. So that's nice. I like that too. Anyway, up until until next time, roll them up, pack a bowl, stay high, and join us every Friday at join me every Friday at 4:20 for another episode and have a sesh with Thoughts Off the Stem. Check out our merch at teespring.com/stores/tots420. That's TOTS 420. I think you'll like it. Some pretty awesome shirts up there and some nice hoodies. And if you think that you're enjoying the podcast and you want to follow along and you want to be part of the movement, I guess you could say, pick up a Weed Sommelier Thoughts Off the Stem certified hoodie. Those look sweet, man, and they're not overly pronounced. Anyway, check it out and we'll see you next time.